Good evening, friends. Hope you have a great day today. So, the previous lecture, we were discussing about how to put the basic journal entries in non-integral accounts. So, we saw some examples. Today, we are attempting to do a proper problem. I think everybody should have the institute material with you. So, if you have, if it's possible, immediately turn into page number 7.10 or 7.9 where the problem starts. They have given you a trial balance and they're giving you some transactions and they want to pass journal entry and then put the ledger accounts. So let us work out together. First thing is, as and when we put the ledger, we use the trial balance figures when we use the ledger. So now at present, we are concentrating on putting the journal entries. First one is finished product at cost, 2,10,835. Bluntly, he has given. What does it mean? It means finished goods produced. From where finished goods will be produced? What would be the source of finished goods in the before stage? It will be work in progress. So what would be the journal entry be is finished goods control account debit to work in progress control account. How much? 2,10,835. 2,10,835. 2,10,835. So one journal entry finished. Next is manufacturing overheads incurred. Means it has been incurred. So what would be the entry? Manufacturing overhead control account debit to central ledger adjustment. Oh, how much? 91,510. 91,510. 91,510. So we have finished this one. So what is the next transaction? Then next is raw materials purchased. So what would be the journal entry? Raw material control account debit to general ledger adjustment account. 1,23,000. 1,23,000. 1,23,000. Right. Next is factory wages incurred. So what would be the entry? Wages control account debit to general ledger adjustment account. How much? 50,530. 50,530. 50,530. Now next is the, I'm just pushing it open slightly. Next is indirect labor. What is indirect labor? In cost sheet, what classification you will do for indirect labor? It will be a overhead. So assume that it is for production purposes. So which means it will be manufacturing overhead control account debit to general ledger adjustment account. How much? 21,665. 21,665. 21,665. Cost of sales. Where from the cost of sales will come? What would be the previous stage of cost of sales? The previous stage of cost of sales is nothing but finished goods. So it is getting transferred from finished goods to cost of sales. So what would be the journal entry? Cost of sale control account debit to finished goods control account. How much? 1,85,890. 1,85,890. 1,85,890. Okay. I'll just move the screen a bit so that I can have some more space here. 7. Materials issued to productions. What is issued to production? Issued to production is nothing but issued to work in progress. You are issuing to the shop floor, which is nothing but a work in progress account. So, work in progress control account debit. How much? 127,315. 127,315 to raw materials control account. 127,315. Sales return at cost. So you should be very careful here. What they have given is sales return at cost. So what you have done, you have transferred the cost of finished goods to cost of sales. Now there has been a sales return at cost. So obviously you have to reverse that entry. So which means finished goods control account, I'm just using some abbreviation so that debit to cost of sales control account. How much? 5,380. 5,380. 9. Materials returned to suppliers. Yesterday we saw, or in the previous lecture, since I have consecutively made the recording, I used the word yesterday. In the previous lecture, you have seen materials return entry. What is the material return entry? General ledger adjustment account debit to raw materials control account. How much? 2,900. 2,900. Okay. Next entry. Manufacturing overheads charged to production. So which means charging to production is nothing but debiting your WA. So I will move the screen a bit. WAP control account debit to manufacturing overhead control account. How much? 77,200. 77,200. Now next is, so we have passed the journal entries. When you see we have passed this much amount of journal entries, all the entries which the problem has given, we have put the journal entries for that. So this part is over. Now next is we will go to the ledger. Obviously, we'll work. I'm just going to work with you. So, what are the ledger accounts I have? I have to. Here in the ledger, you have to excuse me. I will be using very abbreviations because for the want of space. Because I will not have the luxury of writing in that whiteboard. The infrastructure is still in progress. So I am temporarily using a digital pad. So the kind of convenience is a bit odd here. And since this is a black digital board, I have to see the screen and write. So I will be using a lot of abbreviations here. Probably you will be in a position to understand that. There's no problem with that. Now, first is what they have given is raw material control account. Next is work in progress control account. Next is finished goods control account. Manufacturing overheads control account. Cost ledger, or probably I want to maintain a uniformity, so I call it as general ledger control account. So let's put as general ledger control account. In examination, you can write vice versa. You can either use cost ledger control account, or you can either use general ledger control account. That's no problem with that. In the same manner, for stores ledger control account, you can use raw materials control account. So that's not a problem for you. So don't get agitated that the institute solution has given a different terminology. This is accepted in the examinations. So now we will bring out the balances. So raw material, what is the opening balance? Brought down 301, 435. 301, 435. How much is work in progress? Brought down. Opening balance brought down. Debit 122, 365. 122, 365. What is finished ledger? Given brought down 251, 945. 251, 945. Manufacturing overhead as a credit balance. 10,525. See, will manufacturing overheads have a credit balance? Normally it will have a debit balance, or when it is absorbed fully it will be having a zero. Why it's having a credit balance? So this signals that there is some over absorption. I hope that you would have been familiar with under absorption and over absorption. So there seems to be some over absorption. So that's why it's coming in the credit side. General ledger control account brought down 6,65,220. 6,65,220. Now we have finished the what you call the trial balance. We have brought the opening balances. Now we have to start our posting. It's going to be a bit little challenging because we have to go. So what is first is finished goods to WIP. Finished goods control account to WIP control account. 2,10,835. 2,10,835. Work in progress control account. By finished goods control account, 2,10,000. So we have finished this channel. The next is manufacturing overheads debit to general ledger. So manufacturing overheads to general ledger adjustment account. How much? 91 item. By manufacturing overhead control account 91 item. So you have finished this chapter. Then raw material control account returned to general ledger adjustment account, 1,23,000. Raw material to general ledger. To general ledger adjustment account, how much? 1,23,000. General ledger adjustment account. Raw material control account, 1,23,000. 1,23,000. Right? So we have finished this journal. The next one is wages account returned to debit to general ledger control account. I'll just have that. So wages. So we have to open another wages control account. So what is the journal we saw? Wages control account to general ledger adjustment account. Wages control account to general ledger adjustment account. How much? 5530. 5530. 5530. Wages control account. 50, 530. See here, just for my convenience sake, I'm writing very abbreviation, but in the examinations, you should be writing in the full form. So 50, 530. Where is 50, 530? So we have finished this journal also. Now next journal is manufacturing overheads to general ledger control account. Manufacturing overheads to general ledger adjustment account. How much? 21,665. 21,665. So manufacturing overheads control account 21,665. So what is the thing? So we have finished this journal also. So next is cost of sales to finished goods control account. So do you have cost of sale account? You don't have a cost of sale account. So let's put a cost of sale control account. So what is the entry? Cost of sale debit to finished goods. Finished goods control account. How much the amount? 1,85,890. 1,85,890. 890. Finished goods control account. By cost of sale control account. By cost of sale control account. How much? 1,85,890. So we have finished this journal also. The next journal is WIP to raw material control account. WIP to, where is WIP? WIP to raw material control account. How much? 127,315. 127,315. By work in progress, 127,315. So this journal also we have finished. Next is finished goods control account that are to cost of sale account. Finished goods control account to cost of sale control account. How much? This is, I think, suppose the returns 5,380. By finished goods control account 5,380. So this journal also we have finished. The next is general ledger adjustment account that are to raw material account. So by general ledger adjustment account, how much? 2,900. General adjustment account. What is the entry? General adjustment account to Raw material control account. How much? 2,900. So we have finished this journal also. Final journal. Work in progress control account. Debit to manufacturing this thing because you are charging the overheads to production. So manufacturing overheads control account 77,200. Here it will be by work in progress control account 77,200. So you have finished this journal entry also. So obviously we have finished all the journal entry posting. Now we can start balancing it and to write the fresh trade balance. Now when you see that the weight is control account, it is implied he has not, the question has not given anything, it has just told factory wages incurred. But you have to infer that this is directly charged to work in progress. So which means by work in progress control account 50,530 wages 15,530. This is inferred. So you have to infer this. So they are not specifically provided, but obviously wages is charged to the production. So this is over. Now let's start balancing each ledger. So let me take a calculator. I just want to give you a feel that I'm working along with you. Three not 435 plus 1,23,000. How much? 4,24,435. 4,24,435. 4,24,435. I think if you are working along with me, that would be much great. So here carried down, how much? Minus 127,315 minus 2,900. 294,220. 294,220. So this we have finished. Let's balance WAP account. 1,22,365 plus 1,27,315 plus 77,200 plus 50,530. 377,410. 377,410. Guys, you have to, whether it is simple or complex, you have to work. Put a journal entry, post it into ledger. If they ask for ledger, please work it out. A mere glancing and orally you are telling the entry and you are checking the books, that won't help you a lot. You have to just work out the problem. That's the reason which I am more inclined of working along with you. Because I don't want to show you a PowerPoint presentation that it is already balanced and I can just tick out the balance, but I want to work with you so that you would be in a position to understand and also have a practice. So what would be the balance carried down? Minus 210, 835, 166, 575. So this is also over. Let's put finished goods control account. 251, 945, 251, 945 plus 210, 835, 210, 835 plus 5380, 468, 160. I'm just 468, 160. I'm just referring my total so that while presenting, there should not be any total error. So carried down minus 185, 890, 282, 282, 270, 282, 270. This we have finished. Now the manufacturing overheads, they're going to balance. 91,510 plus 21,665. How much? 1,13,175. 1,13,175. Carried down. Minus 77,200 minus 10,525. 25,450. 25,450. 1,13,175. So this also we have finished. Wages control account is already finished. Now we have to tally the cost ledger control account. 1,85,890. 1,85,890. 1,85,890 minus 5,380. 1,80,510. 1,80,510. Now let's balance the general ledger adjustment account. 665, 220 plus 91,510 plus 123,000 plus 50,530 plus 21,665. 951,925. 951,925. 951,925. So carry down minus 2,900. 949,025. 949,025. So we have finished ledger. So now let us put a trial balance. I put debit here. I put credit here. Let us start from the first one itself. Raw materials. Raw material control account. How much? 294, 220. 294, 220. Work in progress. Work in progress control account. How much? 166,575. 166,575. Next one is finished goods control account. Finished goods control account. How much? 282, 270. 282, 270. Then manufacturing overheads. Manufacturing overhead control account. How much? 25,450. 25,450. And then general ledger adjustment account. General ledger adjustment account. How much? 949,025. 949,025. Still we have one more. Cost of sale. Cost of sale control account. Much? 180, 510. 180, 510. Let me total this up. 294, 294, 220 plus 166, 575 plus 282, 270 plus 25,450 plus 180, 510. 949,025. 949,025. 949,025. Finished. So we have just taken an example and we have worked out fully the journal, writing the journal for each journal, and we have created ledger accounts, and finally we have created a revised trial balance and we have tallied this. So the next lectures we would be doing still more, some 3 or 4 more complex problems. Sometimes the institute may say directly go for ledger account. So I suggest that you put a lot of practice on creating journal entries so that once you directly go to the ledger account, so you have to improvise and you have to immediately get your double entry in your mind and you have to post it simultaneously. Otherwise, if you leave it one, then immediately you have to go and search for error. So what I recommend you is you take a lot of problems, do the journal entry first. And each time when you do the journal entry, understand the basics behind it, why we are doing it, why this account is coming in. If there is going to be a finished goods account, then it is produced. Then produced means from where it is coming. It is coming from work in progress. So finished goods account, get off the work in progress. So in this manner, you create journal entries every time, reminding yourself the principle and the basic behind this, and put the ledger accounts, and then create a trial balance. If the problem asks directly for ledger accounts, then probably we will go for ledger accounts. That's not an issue at all. So this class, I have worked along with you a problem in the institute. It's a very basic problem, but still you have to have the basic very strong. So I have worked this problem along with you. So what I suggest is you take the same problem, work it twice, so that slowly you get the grasp of that skill. And in the examination, you have to be quick and sure because the time is very limited. So you have to be quick at the same time sure. In one shot, you should be in a position to finish a particular problem. and move on to the next one. Thank you for a patient hearing. I hope that you will be working out more problems in journal entries. Thank you very much. So we will meet in the next lecture. Good luck.